Hi, Scorpio. What are y'all up to today? How are you? Let's do a real quick reading. Love. Person on your mind or whoever's coming towards you. Current energy, next actions, how they think, how they feel, what they think. Let's just do it all. Okay. Oh, 22 on the clock when this card flipped. And 22s are big for me right now. I don't know if they are for you guys. So, okay, 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups speaks of some, things that spilled over. Sadness, loss, 3 spilled cups here, and then you have 2 in the back. So although this card does represent sadness, it's also reminds us not to hyper-focus on what we've lost. And because, see, if this guy just turns around, he's got two standing cups there. So I kind of think of the 5 of Cups as a combination of 3 of swords, like the 3, like the heartbreak, but then also the 2 of Cups. So we'll see. Let's just get a general real quick. The unknown, things you cannot see, the Moon card. Shadows, emotion, often it's emotion, picking up on Scorpio. Of course, oh, of course I am, that's you. The Moon card is Pisces. Okay, 8 of Swords. So I feel like there's an entrapment here, like a self-entrapment, self-imposed. This 8 of Swords is, if you look at the image, it's somebody who is blindfolded and tied, but those ties are really loose, and she's actually not entrapped by the swords as she thinks she is. But her foot in the water, the emotion is keeping her there. So it's kind of like a feeling of being trapped, and analysis paralysis, maybe because there's sadness and heartbreak, and at the root of it, or the root of it is unknown. With that Moon card, the answers aren't clear, and that unknowing is causing a like an analysis paralysis, where we circle that mental loop. We go through all the information in our minds over and over. We circle through all the details and the sequence of events, and we go through this loop, and I'll teach you guys something a friend of mine taught me years ago, and she's a psychiatrist. She actually runs psychiatric hospitals. But we circle that loop. And we do it because we're problem solving. We're hoping if we keep going through all the things that we did and said and everything that happened, we'll come up with a new clue that will help solve the puzzle, right? Or answer the question that we have. But what happens is we just keep coming back to the same exact place. So what my friend taught me, my very wise friend, very successful friend, is to wear a rubber band around your wrist. And when you want to try and break a habit, you know how we always talk about neurotransmitters, we can force old habits to change by replacing them with new ones. So she said, so when you circle the loop, you pop yourself on the wrist just as a reminder to stop, and then it just becomes more natural. So that was a long time ago she told me that. I don't know what she would say now, because a lot of the stuff, these techniques have changed, but I liked it. Okay, so your energy, King of Wands, wanting to take action, powerful action. Ooh, the Lovers, a decision. The Lover speaks of a decision. Often it's between 2. Not always, but often maybe it's avoiding, taking action. Let's see, the World. Okay, so there's an element here of not wanting, either really strongly wanting something to end or not end. Maybe both. Maybe not wanting it to end with somebody, but wanting it to end with somebody else. There's an element there's a strong element of not knowing. Like, if I do this, then what will happen? If I do this, then what will happen? And it may be causing that analysis paralysis where there's no action being taken. No action is worse than, no action is often worse than the wrong action. I mean, not always, but sitting stuck is just perpetuates being stuck. Sometimes we take we go the wrong way, or we take the wrong move or the wrong step, as long as it's not, you know, earth shattering. Even if it's wrong, then at least we've seen it's wrong and we course correct. Okay, the person or situation you're thinking about, communication, fast motion, could be travel, waiting. 7 of Pentacles. Ooh, wow, look at this. Okay, so here's juggling, 2 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. But look at this, the person on your mind, communication, waiting. This is fast forward, unexpected, possibly like passionate. This is waiting. The 7 of Pentacles is kind of like, it's a dormant energy. And then we've got the 6 of Wands, which is victory, being recognized. So interesting. Let's keep going. Just Ace of Pentacles was on the bottom of the deck. I feel like we might get it again. That's a new beginning. Let's see. Tell me about recent past. Okay, the Strength card. Huh. Somebody came on too strong and someone else held back. Could that be? There's the Ace of Pentacles I was feeling. One more on that Strength card. Too many. Okay. So it does kind of look like an element of balance. Strength card is, it could be holding back, but it's, you know, balancing the line in the lamb. Like, it's like taming that impulse. Why the Strength? Why the Justice? Justice, Libra and energy. We also have Leo, Pisces, Sag, Gemini. 10 of Wands. Too long. Somebody held back, or I don't know. Something went on too long. Let's see. What's the outcome? 4 Swords. Healing. It's not over. Whatever this is that you're thinking about, it's not over. Queen of Cups. Okay, so it does appear that somebody's cut their love off, shut it down, to some, this is very similar to another reading that we've had recently, the Hangman in reverse. So it's like, although somebody's done some healing and taken some time out to reflect, that cup of love is maybe closed off a little bit, but it's still there. There's still a lot of love and emotion there. This Hangman represents somebody, it's upside down, so the Hangman is somebody who seeks perspective, looking at things through a different point of view. This is somebody that is looks like they're seeing things through your lens or through a different lens, and so the Hangman energy of being stuck in no motion is reversing. Yeah, forward motion. So this looks like it's going to be unexpected and stable. And it looks, I was going to say, it looks like somebody got cut out and felt left out. Maybe you did that to them, and it was a wake-up call. We've got the King of Pentacles. Strong, stable. Oh yeah, look. Somebody was very giving in this. And maybe somebody else wasn't quite on that same pace. Let's clarify a little more. Scorpio. Clarifying the King of Wands, we have the Page of Cups, communication, taking action. So you're in a big decision. You're really, really trying to decide whether you should initiate contact, is what this looks like. And probably to the extent of, can we try again? I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Why do we have the, okay, whoops. Yeah, again, look at that decision. Which is going to work out better. You're looking at the big picture, not just a little bit of, like, it looks like, what can I do or say to make this happen the right way, and not just, a conversation, but, something like changing, big. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is all about a return. the Star card. So there, it looks like there could be an I don't see apology, I just felt it. Somebody wants to start over. I don't know if, is it you, them? And somebody's trying to figure out how to make that happen. Big time though, not just kinda. It's big time. It's kind of like bare my soul. Like somebody might be tempted to bare their soul. I don't know if that's you or not. Or them. Yeah, see, look, truth, clarity. Yes. I'm getting, like, I really think we could be happy together. So what this is kind of, what I'm also getting is that, like, somebody maybe played hard to get, like, kept it cool. I'm so sound sensitive. Those noises outside just like make me jump. Lots of element of money here because we've got the King of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and this Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to grab a new deck because I'm keep getting the same cards. Okay, tell me. Oh my gosh, look. So King of Swords is big. Look at this. Wow. So a lot of you are dealing with an air sign. Tell me about the person on Scorpio's mind. Oh, this is too, look at that. Wow. Wow, wow. The King of Swords again. So cutting something out. The sword is active. It's upright. Something is having to be cut out. There's truth, clarity. The King of Swords is somebody who's clear and direct, especially when that's upright. There's a lot of mental energy about walking away. But then there's also communication. And this looks like conflict, competition, conflict, bickering. Somebody maybe had to, you know, go through a fight or a battle to get to be free or to realize. Okay, what are their next steps? Or let's do this. How do they feel about Scorpio? Oh my gosh, again, same cards, same cards, same cards. So strong. Oh my gosh. Wow. How do they feel about Scorpio? King of Pentacles, stability. Maybe you are, you know, financially secure. They're seeing things clearly. One more. Ace of Swords, clearly. What are they seeing clearly? Wow. How hard you work. How much you give. Look yeah, look at that, how much you give. And then maybe how little you take. Okay, I'm not encouraging that. I don't think that's a healthy dynamic. You can't just give. You got to take, you know, like they say on the airplane, you give the air to yourself first, because if you run out of air, you can't help it, other people. So, but somebody is definitely seeing that. Yes, how hard you work. Wow. And that you're a fighter, that you'll do whatever it takes. Wow, this person sees you in a very, very high light. The King of Kings, the Emperor. Yeah, there's been like an awakening here. So it's definitely not over. What are the next steps? They're juggling, they don't know. But they are, I mean, somebody is definitely coming, juggling how to do a second chance. Look at this. Same freaking cards coming out from, I changed decks and the same exact cards are coming out. Do you remember I said, I'm going to change decks because the same cards keep coming out? I changed decks and still the same cards keep coming out. So your person is just reiterating what we already got. Your person is trying to decide what to do to fix things. It looks like if you're going to even notice, or how to get a second chance. Lots of thinking, lots of mental. Just about moving forward. They just want to move forward. Something stable. What was that? How do they feel? What are their next steps? Wow, this reading. Star, Aquarius energy. I think they want to fix the ending or repair it. Oh. All right, let me see what it felt. The Strength card again, same cards. Why do we have the Star card? Communication, Page of Wands. This person may come towards you with some good news. Something like, guess what happened in my life? Like that might be their opener. Or maybe that's your opener. But there's something like that. It's kind of like, I have good news. Might be their opener. Somehow they're trying to figure out how to like open communication again. Kind of feels kind of like a smart move to me. Like an icebreaker. Look at that. I mean, my gosh, this person wants to fix things. Same freaking cards. Wow. Let's get an oracle. I hope this was helpful. I mean, it's definitely good news. What does Scorpio need to hear? What will help them with this situation? Okay, that one really wants to come out. To be fair, that's why this keeps coming out. The Justice card. So somebody is really working on change. That's also indicated here with the Three of Wands. And here, somebody is wanting stability now. To be fair, look at that. The Justice, unbelievable. And here we have, looks like a fortune cookie, which we kept getting. So somehow money might be tied into this, but this person is looking, like they're going to probably come forward. I kind of wonder if this person was, a little insecure about their finances, because we keep getting flashes of money here. And maybe they were a little insecure. I feel like this person's going to come forward with some good news and kind of let that be the opener for wanting to try again. And be better, like you make them want to be better, or inspire them. They really look up to you is what that looks like. Okay, all right. Y'all, let's talk in the comments. I love you. Let me know if you got notified, and please say hi in the comments and where you're watching from so I can connect the dots of where everybody is. All right, I love you guys. Bye, Scorpio.